Hi, everybody. Welcome to our monthly Meet the Staff series. And this month, we're very excited to be meeting our staff from the literacy program here at the library. Very excited about this program and the amazing staff of literacy. So welcome today. Um, we'll get things started as we always do with some introductions. I'm Shane Smith. I'm the Public Information Officer for the library, and I'm really excited to get to know all of you a little bit better. So I'm going to ask each of you to just tell us your name, what you do with the library, and how long you've been with the library. We'll start with you, Darnelle.
Hmm. Yes, my name is Darnelle Richardson. I have been with the library for 21 years. I started here as a volunteer back in 1991 and then became the literacy program coordinator in 2000.
Wow, awesome. It's so cool to hear how long, I love hearing how long people have been with the library. So many people have been here a long time. And others have just joined us, and it's all awesome. How about you, Ryan? Go ahead.
Hey everybody, my name is Ryan Valdez. I've been with the literacy program since 2014. I've been on and off as a volunteer. In 2014, I was lucky enough to have snagged the position for DOL Literacy Innovations. It was a grant, and I was the curriculum coordinator. I was the one that was making sure everything was consistent throughout the teaching of people, getting their diploma, especially in English writing and reading comprehension. That was really important to me. I just really love helping people. And then after that grant was done, more volunteering, and then I got on as part-time, then full-time in 2017. So I'm really happy to be part of a team, and I'm also really happy to have the opportunity to help a lot of people because we help people in all different kinds of ways. Well, whether it's their personal lives, their jobs, or just being able to interact with the world around them. And that's about it for me.
That's plenty. Absolutely. That's great. Osahon, how about you?
All right, so I started with the library in 2013. I kind of started out the way Ryan did. I started as a volunteer, and then I got employed as a part timer. And then later in 2013, I became full time, and I snagged the position of literacy assistant, where we do everything from data entry to database. Um, Intakes for new clients and all of that good stuff. I also teach one or two classes too. And it's been a pleasure working with the literacy program. I love it. I've learned a lot. And one day, if I leave the program, one thing I did was I learned to be patient because you meet different people with different problems. Some are fast, some are slow. So you just learn to be patient and help these people out. So that's it for me, man.
That's great.
You got to be patient with the people.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's great. And it's so nice to hear all three of you started as volunteers. And that's such a great story. And the literacy program, a big part of the literacy program is volunteers who come and teach. And Darnell, do you want to tell us a little bit about that, about the volunteers?
Right, sure. So, what we normally do is have a training for our volunteers. Sometimes we have individuals who have had experience in adult education. And for those individuals, we don't necessarily put them through a rigid training program. But for the most part, we have the other individuals go through the regular training, and the training is really not that difficult. So we can have people who have had absolutely no experience working with adults come in and become volunteers if they do the training. We do emphasize the importance of the individuals understanding that they are working with adults, because some individuals come in and say, oh yes, I used to teach third grade and fourth grade, and that is totally different
Not the same
than
thing.
working. It's not the same as working with adults. You have to realize that these adults, they are adults, so they have gone through the gamut already.
Hmm.
and they are not going to stand for certain things. Particularly if you start looking down on them as if they're any less than you because you might be more educated than they are. So that's one of the things we really emphasize in our training is how to deal with adults in adult education classes, to respect them and so forth. Very, very important.
Very important. Absolutely. Ryan, my next question is for you. What is your favorite part of this job?
Wow, that's a good one. My favorite part, and I can't just say everything, because there are some days when I'm like down. I get to say that I really love interacting with this variety of people. So it's also, I mean, there are literacy programs out there, in different parts of, the US, but here we have the opportunity to have and talk to a diverse amount of people and backgrounds all the time. And it goes with what Osahon's saying about, being patient. And it goes with what Darnelle was saying about respect, because they come from such different places and have very different backgrounds than what we have here. I mean, we have to, really have to just listen all the time. So that's an important trait to have here, is to listen. And I just really like experiencing all their stories, everything that they have to share. And when we were meeting in person, one of the, I guess now I'm leading to my favorite part, is we used to have this recognition event where we all share culture and food all in one.
That sounds like fun. That sounds like delicious fun.
I miss it.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. Well, that's great. I mean, it's great to hear how much all of you get out of the work and really enjoy being with the people. And I have to tell you, in these monthly Meet the Staffs, a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, the answer to the question of what's your favorite part of the job is the people. I think there's something about working in the library that brings people in who really enjoy being with people and helping people. And the literacy department is certainly no exception to that, since it's really like, it's teaching. It's very unique within this context of the library, because it's really a teaching program and an educational program. But let's change gears a little bit. Osahon, what's your favorite place in the library?
My favorite place, or my favorite part about working at the literacy?
Either one, whichever you feel like answering.
It's the literacy department for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you get to meet. Listen, just like Ryan said, you get to meet all kinds of people, from all over the world, and there's just that great feeling of having known that you helped someone today. Someone came in with a problem, you made them feel at home. You came down to their level, just as Darnelle said. You got to respect these people. So at the end of the day, when they're done, whatever it is, whether they came to sign up for classes or they came to ask for information about the program, there's just that great feeling of when they tell you thank you. Yeah, so that's a great feeling, having known you just helped someone. Some of them might not even speak any English at all, and I might have to go out my way to go to like children's room to go get someone to help me speak Spanish, or go upstairs to the lending department. So for me, I like the literacy program, just for the fact that you get to meet different people.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
And Darnelle, what's your favorite place in the library, if it's not the literacy department?
Well, if it's not the literacy
I mean, it's allowed to be the literacy. It's okay if that's your answer. That's okay.
Well, let me change this up a bit, because I think all of us might say the same thing.
Oh, my answer is different if I'm going to answer that one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, okay. So
I really don't go into the I'm sorry.
I would say that my favorite place then would be the vestibule. Stepping inside of the library for me means that I get to help someone today. So stepping in, I'm thinking, okay, who am I going to be working with today? What's facing me today? Who am I going to meet? What projects am I going to be able to handle today? And so I mean, I actually start thinking about things before I leave home, but to actually be there, I know that I'm in the zone once I step inside there, once I step into the vestibule. And so, yes, I'd say that's my favorite part, because then, yes, I know, hey, you've arrived. Time to start to work.
Yes. And it doesn't hurt that the vestibule of the main library is so beautiful, right?
Exactly,
That helps.
exactly. Yes.
All right, Ryan, what's on your mind? What's your favorite place in the library?
All right, so this is actually historical. The first time I had to meet as a volunteer was a workshop for Darnelle, and she used to hold them in the lending department in the mezzanine. There is like a balcony area that overlooks like the books. I like that place for whatever reason, but it's also, like I said, symbolic because when I went there, I went there for training, but I really didn't need it. I have the background, educational background to teach already, but I don't know. I was curious. I wanted to learn something new, and I wanted to see the people that I was, tutoring with, who would also help others. And I was really, I was impressed by the diversity of the people that wanted to help, as well as the backgrounds too. Like they all had, a lot of them were financial. Some of them were, none of them were all, it wasn't all just educational backgrounds. No, everybody has a heart to help at some point. They'll find a way on their schedule. They'll plan it out, and they'll contribute. And I really appreciate that about all humankind. There's always a time, even if you think like, oh, I can't do it. No. People will find a way when they have a head and heart for it.
Very nice. Yeah, that's it. I agree with you. That's wonderful. Okay, Osahon, let's lighten things up. If you could have any one superpower, what would you choose?
Oh no!
Oh man!
Oh no!
One superpower. Huh. That's hard.
It is a hard one, yeah.
It's hard, man. I don't want to say I have the superpower to read minds, man, because that would be too much.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, you might learn some things you don't want to learn.
Exactly. So, okay, one superpower I would love to have. It's hard, man. It's an easy question, but it's hard. Let's see.
You want to keep thinking about it? We'll come back to you.
Yeah. It's
okay.
Hard. It's easy, but it's hard.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Who's ready to answer the question? Darnelle?
Sure. This might sound a little odd, but my superpower would be to look at the people who are walking their dogs and who allow their dogs to poop and do not clean it up. I would like to just be able to whisk that up and get it right back to that dog owner.
That you've been thinking about that, Darnelle. That's been on your mind.
Yes, because it really bothers me that people will do that, and I guess one of the reasons why it upset me, why it's fresh in my mind too, is because about 2 weeks ago, my neighbor called me and she said, "Guess what? Somebody just opened your gate and allowed the dog to go in and poop in your yard."
What? Oh my goodness!
So I went outside looking for the person and I couldn't find the person, but I would have liked to been able to have that power to just. Let's throw it in their face if I can.
All right. That sounds very satisfying. That definitely sounds like a very satisfying superpower. All right, Ryan.
Oh,
you gotta top that now.
No, I can't. Hers is funny. But this is the thing that I would like to do. I don't know if I have something on me right now, but yeah, I would like to do you guys know about Edgar Casey?
Is that the
Yeah, he's
mentalist guy?
yeah he so the way he reads is to just like be able to sleep on the book. He'll just have his head on the book, sleep, and then he knows everything in the
Ah,
book.
oh, like
So
osmosis.
yeah, that's what I want. I don't know,
Yeah,
so I can read more, and I don't have an excuse. I just go to sleep. Oh, I have
there you
another
go.
book on the table,
Well,
and I know
you could
something.
listen to audiobooks while you sleep.
I actually do that, but I don't remember anything.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't
Doesn't work.
work. I don't
Doesn't
have
work.
the power.
Okay. All right. Keep working on it. Or
We'll see.
give that guy a call, Edward Casey. Give him a call.
Yeah.
Edward
Because
Casey.
doesn't make maybe he gives classes. All right, Osahon, you ready?
Okay,
What
yeah, I'm
what'd you
ready.
come up with?
Well, I guess one superpower I'd like to have is the power to know it all, so I can
Hmm,
just better help people. So
yeah.
helping people could be easy. Just picture where I'm at the office. A client walks in the office. They speak only Spanish and zero English, and then I could just tap into the knowledge of Spanish and be able to speak Spanish with them and help them. Know it all.
Yeah. Omniscience, that would be very convenient. Absolutely.
Yeah,
And then you wouldn't need Ryan's technique because you wouldn't need to read
exactly.
the books. You would just
Or I
know them.
wouldn't have to go pull someone from their department.
Right.
I
And you
would
could
just,
help Darnell out because
yeah,
then you would just be able to tell her who the people
yeah.
are.
Oh, Darnell,
You would
that's
just
the
know.
person. That's the person that allowed the dog to do that on your lawn.
Yeah.
Good,
He'll
good
get
one.
the
I like it.
address.
I like it. I like it. All right. What I have one more question that like a little bit of an in-depth question, and then we'll move into our lightning round with some quick questions. What is something, Ryan, speaking of reading while sleeping, is there anything you're reading now while you're awake? Are you working on any books right now, or what's the last book that you read?
Last one is Michio Kaku, Future of the Mind. And then, I mean, in general, I just like Sir Ken Robinson. I'm really into pedagogy and
Mhm.
the element, finding your elements, and creative schools, because that's what we're doing right now. I want to make this place a little more creative in our
Cool.
approaches. So yeah, I apply a lot of his methodologies into what I do personally too.
Very cool. Nice. How about you, Osahon? You reading anything right now?
Yeah, it's funny because I love reading stuff that dates back in history. I don't know if
Mm,
it's a thing with me. I just love to know, what life was before we came into, the 21st century. So I'm reading a book on about Brunel, the great Brunel. He's a British guy who, invented the first tunnel,
Oh, wow.
who built the first steam propeller driven ship, who built first bridges in the UK. So that's what I'm reading now. I love to read stuff like that dates back to the 16th century, what the early technologies were like. So I'm reading about Brunel now. So yeah,
Very cool. Sounds like a
yeah,
pretty productive person, that guy.
yeah. He did everything, man. I mean, there's still bridges that he built in the UK that's still standing till this day, and
Wow.
they didn't have to do any modifications to the bridges.
That's amazing.
That's how good it was back then in the 18th century.
Wow. Very
Yeah.
cool.
So
Nice.
I'm reading about him now. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. And Darnell?
What am I reading right now? Is research studies. And I am because I am working on my dissertation.
Ah,
I'm constantly going and looking for particular studies to sort of actually look to see what I need to do to put into my own study. It's really difficult sometimes, and it takes a lot of time to actually sit down and go through a study to see what kind of references or citations I need to include in my studies as well. And so because of that, I have not really been reading the books that I love to read.
What are those?
Yeah.
What are those?
Well, I like to read John Grisham books.
Mm,
I started out reading years ago when I was small. I started reading the Nancy Drew stories. That's how I got pulled in to libraries, I guess, because I would leave school and go to the library, check out a book, take it home, read it, take it back the next day, stay up all night and read the book. And I can't find myself I can't do that right now because, you know, I shouldn't say distracted with my dissertation, but I have to always keep in mind that, hey, you have a dissertation to work on.
yeah. That takes up a lot of mental space for sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So right now for me, that's my reading, but I do have my books stacked up, my
Mm.
John Grisham books stacked up for when I'm ready to.
Have you
come
read
back
them
in.
all? Like all the ones that have come out since?
I think I've read all except two. I don't think I've
Wow.
read the last two. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I read one, the Pelican Brief was the one that I read.
Yes.
When that one was like really
Oh.
popular in like the 90s, I think. And then
Yeah, I
And
read
I-
it too.
I just picked it up and I loved it. I think I read that in like 2 days because it, you know, those
Yeah,
those
those
novels, they move quick. Yeah, it was good.
Mhm.
It was good. All right. So let's go into our lightning round. This is quick. Don't think too much about the answer. Just, you know, say what comes to your mind. Osahon, dog person or cat person?
Oof, more of a cat person.
Cat person.
Yeah.
Okay.
He owns a cat.
Oh, you have a cat. All right. Well, then that answers the question. All right. Ryan, dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Dogs. We have to always have to have a mix. Darnelle.
Husky.
Oh, do you have a
I'm
husky?
puppy. I'm not gonna
No,
say I'm
my
puppy.
kid, my niece does. She
Oh,
likes
sweet
huskies.
I
Yeah.
won't. Yeah, I won't say dogs. I'll say a puppy.
puppies.
Because you know why? Because I consider dog the bigger ones.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
And when
The toy dog.
when a puppy poops on your
Boy.
lawn, it's cuter than a dog, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true too.
That's right.
I might forgive the owner.
Medium to
actually.
large size, man. That's huge. Like my friend who's a doctor, he has like 3 Labradors, and
Wow.
they go big. Sorry, Darnell.
My goodness. All right. Ryan, cake or pie?
Oh, we got to go for pie.
Pie. Any
key lime.
particular pie? Any particular
lime.
kind of key lime pie?
Key
That's a good
lime
one.
peach.
Oh, all right. Peach pie. Okay.
Oh.
Darnell?
Carrot cake.
Carrot cake is good. Good
Yeah.
stuff. Osahon,
I have to go with pie.
pie. What kind of pie?
Pineapple.
Pineapple pie. Wow. All right. That's very specific. I don't know if I've ever had a pineapple pie.
I don't think
I'd
I've
like to try
ever
one.
had one.
I'd like to try that. Okay, back to you for this one, Osahon. Coffee or tea?
Tea. I'm more of a tea person.
Okay. Tea. Do you put milk in your tea?
No.
No. I always thought that was a little odd when people put milk in their tea, but people like it.
Agreed.
then-
yeah.
And now, but now
That
I
seems odd.
actually like milk tea, which is like the sweet version with like sometimes they put the bubbles in it, you know, bubble tea.
Oh.
But then there's like, but milk bubble tea without the bubbles is just milk tea. It's actually really good.
Oh,
So, and I always thought like milk and
True.
tea, but now I like it.
Anywhere you can recommend to go?
For bubble tea,
Mhm.
in Jersey City, there's a place on right by Five Corners that it's like a little Filipino supermarket, but
They
they
have the
have a
milk
bubble
tea?
tea. They have a bubble
Oh,
tea stand in the back.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It's right on Newark Avenue by Five Corners. It's good.
gotcha. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Darnell, coffee or tea?
I am tea. I am a tea person. Now I have to take you up on this because
Oh.
you said something about people putting milk in tea. Now
Yes.
I always put milk in tea.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call tea.
Well,
Okay.
I guess just tea without milk, right? I don't know.
So here's my thing about tea is that back in the Caribbean, when the Caribbean where I'm from, we call everything that we drink hot in the morning tea, basically.
Mhm.
So we have something that's called bush tea,
Okay.
meaning
Bush.
it's the bush, the herb, the bush that we pick from our garden,
Wow.
and we make tea with it.
Natural.
So sometimes we could have like lemongrass tea.
Mm.
That's the real organic
or
right
mint
there.
tea, mint tea. Now that I don't put milk in it.
Yeah.
I drink that
Ah.
with just some sugar.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Lipton tea, oh yes, no, I don't want
Yeah,
it
I was
black.
gonna say the Lipton.
Yeah, Lipton tea, I have to put milk in it.
Oh,
Herbal
okay.
teas, yeah, no milk.
All right. All right. That makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. Okay, Ryan, coffee or tea?
Coffee, black,
Okay.
Colombian specifically.
Ah, all right. No
I
milk.
know my
Like
varieties.
American.
No milk. I know my varieties. I can taste it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, where's your favorite coffee then in Jersey City? Like where you go to get coffee?
Well, I actually go to this place, not just for the coffee, but more for the food offerings too. I like a good combination. Maggie's Farm,
Oh yeah,
or yeah,
down
uh, I,
like Exchange Place, right?
yeah, I love the people there too. They're great. And Aussie owns it. He's a really nice guy. His name is Sam.
Awesome. Very cool. All right. I stopped by there once or twice, but I never actually like struck up a conversation there. So do
Oh,
that next time. Next time. Okay. All right. Well, we're on the subject of favorite spots in Jersey City. Darnell, what's your favorite pizza place in Jersey City? We always ask this every time. If you don't eat pizza, then you could just tell us your favorite restaurant. But if you have a favorite pizza spot,
Pizza Hut
Pizza Hut on 440.
on 440, yes. Why? Because I can get a personal pan pizza.
There you go.
ah,
And they have those cookies too, those amazing cookies. I would go to Pizza Hut just for those cookies. It's like
oh
it's a
yeah.
huge
Oh,
chocolate chip
man.
cookie that comes in a pizza pan. It's it's disgusting. It's disgusting, but it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. You could eat like
Doesn't
half of it
sound
and then bring it
disgusting.
home.
It sounds
Yeah,
indulgent.
and then you put it in the toaster oven. Oh man, it's even
Oh,
better the
no.
next day. Osahon, best pizza in Jersey City. What's your favorite pizza?
I'm gonna have to go with Stella's.
Stella's. All right.
Yeah.
Stella's. I think that's the first time that somebody's mentioned Stella's. This is a solid choice.
Yeah.
Stella's downtown. They moved, right? They were across the street before, then they moved. I feel like on Grove Street.
Yeah. So they're
Yeah.
opposite of Subway.
Yes. Yeah. And they just redid it. I went by there the other day and they redid the
did.
whole inside.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Are they still open 24 hours there?
Yeah.
I remember when I was younger, I used to go there
Whoa.
late night. Yeah.
Uh,
Not so much anymore. Ryan, favorite pizza?
Rustique and
Okay.
Raza.
Okay. All right. We got the high class pizza guy with us today, Rustique and Raza. All right. Very nice. No, very good. Very good. I actually, Rustique is good. I actually really like the pasta there. Like the pizza's good,
Oh yeah.
but it's one of the few places I'll go in out, like when I'm out and I'll order pasta. I don't usually order like pasta when I go out because I'm just like, I make it at
Yeah,
home.
it's
But their pasta is really good.
too. You should also try Cordo
Oh yeah, I haven't
over
been
in the
there yet.
Heights.
I haven't been there yet. Yeah.
Yeah, make
Great.
a reservation. Worth it. Totally worth it.
Okay. All right. Good to know. All right. Cool. Well, I usually try to say a different one every time because I have a lot of favorite pizza places in Jersey City. So, but I'll say there's another one that I've been wanting to try that I haven't tried yet, which is Bread and Salt. That one keeps getting like a lot of
It is.
like a lot of attention. There's they're getting a lot of press up there.
I see him in the lifestyle magazines.
Yes. Yeah. Pizza's pizza's having a moment, like Jersey City pizza, New Jersey pizza's having a moment. There was Raza, I think it was Raza that got voted or like
Yes, they
named like
did.
best pizza in New York, and it's like, well, it's not New York, but okay.
They're
Apparently it's better than anything in New York,
claiming it. They're claiming it. You guys are just over the Hudson. It's close
Yeah.
enough.
Right,
You guys
right,
have
right.
our football team.
Right. Just another example of New York trying to take over, but we know better. All right. So this has been really fun getting to know all of you a little bit better. Thanks.
Yeah.
So I want to close out by asking each one
No.
of you to just say something. Ryan, go ahead. Say something else you'd like to add. Anything you want everyone to know about literacy or everybody to know about the library in general. Whatever you'd like to add.
I personally miss it when people can just walk in without all the hassle. I miss that. Just the random drop-ins, and then they give us these stories of where they're coming from, and then we try to have a place for them. I want us to get back to that. I don't know if we could do it, with the Corona and all this, but the closer we get back to that, I feel like the closer we get back to our original self. But at the same time, we've learned so much from the pandemic too. And we have transitioned, and if anything else closes us down, we're ready. So
We have definitely learned a lot. That's absolutely
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Osahon? Anything else you want people to know about literacy?
Just wanted to know what there for them 24/7. For their every needs, we're there. Even if we're not back in person, but we're still there, ready to help.
Mhm.
We really are 24/7 now, especially with being online.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Darnell?
For me, I'd like to let everyone know that we have a unique service being offered through the literacy program at the library, where we help adults improve their reading skills. Most people know us for English as a second language, but the program actually started out helping people learn to read, improve their reading skills, get their high school diploma. And so we continue to provide those services, even though we don't have a lot of people coming in for that leg of the program. But we know that those people are out there, those people who need that reading help and who need to get their high school diploma. So I would encourage anyone who's listening to contact the library and ask about how you can become a student of the literacy program if you need those type of services.
Excellent. So what's the best number for them to call then?
That number is 201-547-4518.
4518. Excellent.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Darnell. Thank you, Osahon, and thank you, Ryan. This has been a pleasure. I just love doing these. I love meeting
Ah,
people,
it's so fun.
getting to know people more. But
Shane,
this
you're
has
the
been really
perfect
fun.
person for this.
Oh, thank you. Well, I do have a good time doing it. So it's not even it's just easy to do it, and it's easier when it's such awesome, amazing people like you. So thank you so much
Thank you.
for all you do for the library, and thank you to all of you out there for watching. Tune in next month for our next Meet the Staff. We can't wait to see you.